One thing about me, that if my man eats it, I'm going to learn how to cook it. So I'll go ahead and season the chicken with all these seasonings right here. I'll cut up some cilantro, some green onion, some white onion, mash up some garlic, some ginger, and use some fresh thyme and a habanero pepper and let that marinate overnight. Then to a pot, I add some oil and some brown sugar. When that heats up, I start to add the chicken in and let it sear on both sides till it's nice and glazed. That same bowl that the chicken was marinating in, I add water and then add that to the pot. Once that starts to boil, I'm going to season that water with a little bit of seasoning salt, some pimento seeds, and some bay leaves. Cover it up and bring it to medium heat, medium low, so it could cook for about 2 hours. Then I'll start on the rice. I'll cut up some green onion, mash up some fresh garlic. I add the red kidney beans to a pot, and I add a little bit of water because the juice from the beans was really thick. So I add just salt and pepper to season it. Then when that starts to cook down, I go ahead and add in the fresh garlic. And then I go back and mash up some fresh ginger and add that in as well. Once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and add the coconut milk. Once I add the coconut milk, when it starts to cook down some more, I'm going to add in the washed rice. Then after I do that, when it starts to, when I mix everything in real good together, I added just a little bit more water, like a half a can of that. Then I add in the onions, the fresh thyme, the pimento seeds, and habanero pepper, some butter. When the water starts to evaporate, I cover it up, let it cook for about 25 minutes. Now I'm going to make some plantains, cut the plantains up about 1 inch, and let them fry on like 3 minutes on each side. Then I take them out and mash them down, throw them back into fry for another 2 minutes on each side. When I'm done doing that, I let them sit on a rack so they can drain a little bit. And I add some salt and some garlic powder on there to give it some flavor. Look how that rice came out nice and fluffy. Look at my plantains. Some of them a little darker than others. Some people like it a little more crunchy, so they're half and half. And this is my man's plate. The food came out banging once again.